So on this system, we're actually working on your server, but this visually is going to look the same whether you're on the workstation or not. For those of you that are going to have the workstation or the client set up, not sure how many. I think
Got 4 licenses.
and if we install the software on those two,
What's that?
I know we got 2 workstations, 2
Yeah.
physical workstations, but the other 2 have those been installed?
I think Chad installed one already, but we need the ports open on the router. So I don't know if that's been done yet. To get government internet.
Okay. All right.
We haven't seen it yet, so we don't know
Okay.
if Chad actually did that yet, but, because we don't have any workstations either, so.
We'll definitely get that one workstation done this afternoon, so you have that for Monday. So this portion of the software looks the same whether you're on the server or not. It's just the server, of course, has the database that's on there, and then there's a bunch of services in the background that are running. So there might be a time when maybe there's an issue, we might ask you to reboot the server, or we might log in and do it. But aside from all that background stuff, this front end, this application, is the same whether you're on the server or your workstation, your client. It's this Win Operate icon that's here. Do you have user setup?
No, we could set one up for Wanda, I guess. Just want to log in, then we'll set her one up.
This one, 01.
No.
So you'll have a user and a password for gaining access into the system. What we can do is, we can set up like full administrator logins, and then, we do have the ability, we'll get into that portion, I think it's probably the last thing, which will be the individual user setup, so we can define some of the permissions and restrict certain people based on their functions or whatever their duties are. But we'll definitely make sure we get some other users set up here in the system for you. But that would be the first thing for actually getting in. You're going to have that icon on your desktop. It's going to be the same whether you're on a workstation or a client. It's just that Win Operate. You're just going to double click that and start it up. And you're going to put the user and password up that put in those credentials that you're assigned. This one opens up to this because this is how we have it in here. Every user can have their own kind of outlook that's in here, the view. So there's a few things that you're typically going to want open. And once you open those and kind of configure it, you can save it. And then every time you go to open the application up, it'll always open up in the way that you like it. And we'll get into some of the specifics on that. But just at a quick glance, if we don't have this stuff up here, when we close all this out, from your main toolbar that's here, you see on the left-hand side, you have the system overview. If we click that, we'll see that we have these 3 parking facilities that Jack and Stephen set up in there. One's your plaza, then the Broad Street, and then this virtual one that Jack was explaining is for the way your cards are. So to get the individual devices, you can just double-click on each of these. So we can put the plaza wherever, and these are adjustable menus that you can resize them. And then we've got the Broad Street.
There's a connection we did here.
Maybe it times out after a while.
Yeah, and I also switched over to the Ethernet. If you want to disable that or leave it up.
then the other thing is this alarm messages. I'll open that up, bring that here. So that has a lot of your like real-time messages, things that are taking place now. If we send some resets out to those devices or program those devices, if things were to go on or offline, those are the kind of messages that we'll see in here as well, and just be streaming through here while this window is open. So these are going to be like the main ones that you'll want to have open so that you can kind of quickly assess what the system is doing at any given time. Just at a quick glance here, you can also see, if you're looking at these devices, not sure if you can see it up there, now it's kind of small, but the little check marks and these little green boxes that are there, that's symbolic of the devices being online. Right now, currently with the server or the system, they're online. Also, these little gate arms being up or down, these are also conveying what state the gate is in now, the barrier of the arm. And if it ever breaks, I guess these are tied into that, but it'll actually show like a broken gate arm as well, and that'll be signified with the little picture that's there. If they go out of service or if they're manually put in an out of service state, you'll see like a big X on those. And then also over here with your parking facilities, your garages, you have a little indicator here for the counts to show the occupancy level, where the occupancy is at. And with most of these, if you just mouse over it and leave it, you'll get also additional information. So if we mouse over this one, we can see the counts for this. Free parking spaces without reservation or without, like the monthlies, 282. The maximum total occupancy, 292.
And that's the counts I'll have to set to make sure that the cardholders are
Yeah,
accessible for cash.
right.
And most of these do have individual properties too that you can kind of adjust. So if you want to make the icons a little larger, you want to change the background color or the color behind the names on these, that can be done as well. You can also change the overall view. If you prefer to have like the list view instead of the icons, that could be changed, and you can orient the windows as you like. You can change the font size, make these a little bigger, slide these columns over. Everything that we do here, if we do it the first time, then we can go up here to File and then save those settings. So the next time you go to log in, you won't have to worry about doing this all the time. If you have a particular preference, the way you like the windows oriented and the things being displayed.
Now, from this, I'd like that credit card thing until it goes online. I can actually go in and just X that one out, correct? Where it would not be service used.
The pay and lane that's down there? Yeah, you could take it out of service.
But
Yeah, if you try to take it out of service, that way they can't put a
They can't
ticket
use
in
it.
there or anything.
they can't use a card either, though.
Yeah, I don't want to use a card either if you take it out of service.
But I can't just there's no way I can just take the credit card machine itself out of service, is it? On it, just the credit card part, where they will not be able to use it.
Unless we tape it up.
Yeah, just take it out. But I can't physically go in there and make it.
No, not just a credit card, no.
So, so you can set all these up, you can change the size of these, you can go into the properties and change, maybe you want one garage to be a particular background color and the other garage to be a different color. So you can set this up to how you prefer. And
I see, just the letters.
the background color letters.
So I can have each deck in a different color.
Yeah, you could do that, if that's more aesthetic and pleasing. And then whatever you do, when you're done, just go up there to save, and the next time you open up, under your login, it should format all the windows and everything just like you like, and everything will be open. So it's kind of nice.
Now, when these, like when it does reach that full amount, it'll just say full, or does it change color?
On here,
Yeah, our other one turned to what, orange or something, green, you walk down and green and blue. Yeah.
well, that's why I kind of like the list view.
Yeah.
Is because it actually has free or full right there. So free is open, and full is full. So if you have that up, it'll automatically turn the letters red and say
Okay.
full. And also you got that little gradient, color gradient right there that shows you that it's full. So see that one's showing full, but that's not actual parking lot, so that one doesn't matter. But the other two, if you see them getting close to full, then you get pretty close to where it's actually full.
So these numbers that are over here on the left, they don't really mean a whole lot to you guys, but in the system, they just have to have like a number associated with them. So the 32, 33, and the 34. But as you move over here a little bit, like Jack was saying, you have this little color gradient that's symbolic of what the occupancy level is. Just to the right of that, under the counter status, this little, it's kind of like resync arrows or something. That means that it's set up automatically. So here in the system is configured to do whatever it's supposed to do, lockdown or whatever. It's set up for automatic. This little hand here says that it's set up manually. And I guess manually is for full.
Now, that would be what I wanted to do every morning to change the counts, right? The manual.
Yeah, well, this is just either like manually make it full or manually make it open. So it's not, that's not actually changing the counts, it's just
that's
closing
just-
it or opening it.
If you have somebody want to work on something.
Yeah.
And then you have whatever the counts have been configured in here. So we're showing that this particular location has 240 occupancy or two spaces within the facility. And then there's 144, according to this, that are not in. Because we had 282 and 292. There's 292 here, and that gradient's down. It would say we have 282 available spaces.
Yeah.
So in this one here, out of the 240, we have 144 available spaces in this particular facility.
But we have, how does that work?
I don't know if these are accurate.
Well, it just shows your transient customers.
Oh, that's just showing transient.
Yeah,
240 is a transient.
right.
Okay. That's what you set us up for.
Yeah, for Monday, but we can change it.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So now we'll just close out of this. Let me save this. This is how I want it. I'll just go ahead and save it.
And what we probably need to do, I don't know what time somebody gets in Monday, or is when there's the least amount of people in there, get an actual count and adjust the counts in there to match. So that way it's somewhat accurate. Because if you just leave it like it is now. We let people say it gets snow and
Yeah.
they drove out and stuff. You don't know how many people you actually have in there.
That's the one thing in the mornings at 4 o'clock, on the full days that we come in at 4, we get a real accurate count.
Yeah.
So we can see after closing that and reopening, everything opened up just like what we saved it as. So you can just set up your views and your windows like you would prefer them to be, and then just make sure you save that. So these are going to be the main windows you're going to want to open, and as we talked about there's the overview of the counts, so you can see at any given time what your counts are. Other thing that we have here, just in an overview, would be like the web reports. This would be where you would go to get all of your reports.
They were talking about opening and closing the gates when they leave during the afternoon and night. Is there a way to have the entrance gate close at a certain time, put the gate down at a certain time
Yes.
in the morning
Yeah,
by
so-
scheduler?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can set up to do that.
Now, is there a way, like when we had the deck pressure wash,
Well,